Do you know the power of your presence? The power of your presence. Do you know that it makes a difference where you are this morning? It really makes a difference. If it warms your heart or fills you up, or if you need it because it gives you strength and faith to see that other people are on the live stream from all different states and places, and to see that other people are in the seats in the sanctuary around you in a practice called unity, or a practice like unity that celebrates love and oneness and non-judgment and co-creation and peace. Just do a little movement or do a little hand on your heart or take a look around. You matter. A lot of us have been places where we can see like-minded individuals, and just seeing them, whether it's in environmental experiences, whether it's in world and global experiences, whether it's on the streets, whether it's in the sanctuary. It gives strength and hope and faith, doesn't it? I mean, it really does. We're called to come together in greater ways. So I acknowledge you. I acknowledge each one in this sanctuary for getting your butt out of bed this morning and getting in here, because someone else needed to see your face this morning. Someone else needed to see your face, and that goes for everyone online. They needed to know that we're all here, and we're all here together, yeah? Yeah. A friend sent me this week. Have you ever watched the world when it's windy? The trees don't fight it. The flowers don't freeze. The grass doesn't panic. They all just dance. Maybe that's what we're learning too. How to move with what we can't control and still be beautiful. Insert a word that you want more of and still be what? And still be peaceful, and still be spirit-centered, and still be prayerful, and still be hopeful, and still be loving, and still be connected, and still be grace-filled, and still be in the practice of oneness. When we enter times in our spiritual practice and in the world within us, in the world around us, where we can't control what's going on, right? And that's the human condition, isn't it? Where we can't control what's going on. We try and we act like we can. There are things we can do to manipulate things, but we can't control what's going on. When that happens, the mind and the ego is just distraught. It kind of dismantles itself. It kind of crumbles, because that's what it feeds on. It feeds on control. Look at what we see in the world around us, right? Always humanity and the human condition, the limited nature of the human condition is to control. How can I control it? How can I control them? How can I control me? How can I control it? How can I control my parents, my child, my this or my that, my government, my people, my company, my job? How can I control? And the ego feeds on that. The sense of separateness feeds on that. Source feeds on our surrender. The divine sources these moments. When we have to give up the idea that we're in control, because it is an idea, isn't it? It's an idea. And that idea sometimes just satiates us enough to go, okay. But spirit and source loves these times in a way that love equates to harmonizing. Because what happens when we can't control? Just like the Jewel song that we heard this morning, my hands, they're all I have. They're not yours, they are not my own, they are yours, right? It's like what happens. She says, I get down on my knees and I pray. So what happens when we feel like we can't control? We begin to surrender. We begin to go, I need more than what I see in me at this moment. I need more than the little tricks that I've played to tell myself I can make things in the outer shift to be okay. And we breathe more deeply into the practice. So as we lean in, we become available. And when we become available, when we become truly movable and available, when we are asking and when we are listening, it's a good day. So can we remember that in moments where we feel like, I can't control this. And it's painful. It creates suffering. It can create anger. It can create angst. I can't control this. Can we watch that in one hand and with the other hand, remember, but I can lean in and I can be available to the source of my being, to the God of wisdom and love. And that this state of mind, this state of consciousness is really the holy moment. It's the holy instant. The instant we are available, that we put up our hands, we drop it down, and we go, here I am. I can't just keep sourcing from this sense of separate self. I can't just be sourcing from this mind that I call me. I can't keep sourcing from here, from this sense of separation or lack or limitation. I've met my match. I've met the edge. And it's time for me to walk over it. It's time for me to open my heart so fully and completely that I am reachable, I am teachable, I am open. To declare when the mind is like, ooh, and the ego is like, ooh, gotta control this. Can we recognize that that's a time to say, my soul source leads me in this time. My soul's source leads me in this time. Our soul source is leading us in this time. And the great thing about that is that we dip into the unlimited. We dip into the great still waters. We dip into that which has no limitation, that which is the realm of divine ideas, that which is the realm of absolute love, that which is the realm that breaks down anything unlike itself and says, stop, peace, be still, stop going to the limitations to try to arrive at the spaciousness, but come instead directly to the source. Come instead directly to the source. Be moved from freeze, from fight, from panic, to the dance, to the beautiful, to the peace. So how do we in practical ways make those steps? How do we help ourselves and help each other and help the human condition and the collective right now move into the dance? One is that we stand in our faith. Faith, Charles Fillmore said, is the perceiving power of the mind linked with the ability to shape a substance, that we are substance shapers, that in fact the power of our mind when we stand in that faith practice, that hope practice, but with commitment, we stand in that and we make declarations. That's the first step. So we stand in it and we just affirm and we say, it will reveal itself. What is needed will reveal itself. It will reveal itself. I invite you to take your hand and place it to your heart and Take where you are and take where you have been and take something this morning and breathe into this declaration. It will reveal itself. It will reveal itself. It will reveal itself. And we stand in our faith, the perceiving power of the mind linked with the ability to shape substance, saying that what is needed, what is needed and necessary in this moment, what is needed in me will reveal itself. It will reveal itself. It is revealing itself. I am here to witness the revelation. And I stand in my faith. That means I stand on that practice, that declaration is an expression of light that is magnetic and dynamic and draws to it what is needed. And so it is. The second step is to create it, to be part of co-creating it, to speak life into being. To speak into what is needed, what is missing, to call upon the God qualities in everything that we see and declare it, to speak that it is here, to notice the absence. Sometimes, we can notice the absence, right? And then we sit in the pain of the absence. But ask Source, ask Spirit, ask the divine, in whatever way your practice calls you, to give what is needed in each moment. Give me the common sense right now, sweet Spirit. Give me the strength right now, sweet Spirit. Be in me the compassion to presence what my eyes see. Be in me the strength to not go into polarization and polarity. Give me, and then fill in the blank, what God quality is needed. There is a singer-songwriter that I saw this last week, and he wrote the most beautiful song. I'll try to bring it to us sometime on a Sunday morning, I think during December. But it's called Peacemaker. And it's just this beautiful, beautiful harmony, this beautiful sound of peacemaker come. Peacemaker come. Peacemaker, not just come to me to do something to me, but come through me and as me. So that's the second step, is asking the qualities to come to us, through us, and as us. So I invite you to take a moment and on your heart, do that on your behalf, do that on behalf of a beloved that you are praying with, and do that on behalf of our nation, and do that on behalf of our world. Peacemaker, come to us. Peacemaker, come through us. Take a moment to put in place the quality you need in your life, we need in our lives, and we need in our world. And so it is. The third step is to witness it when we see it. You know the power of witnessing, the power it has to heal? I have beautiful friends, and I have one girlfriend who can just state everything that I can't state for myself in a way that I can see it in my own life. And when she witnesses me, when she sees me, and she sometimes makes jokes and says, between us we have half a frontal lobe. And when she says that, I go, you see me, you know me, and you still love me, and you're still proud of me, even when I am broken, even when I feel like I'm not enough, even when I don't know how to meet the times, even when I have to pull on my practice, even when I'm crumbling, you see me, and she can witness me and declare, see what I've been going through, see, right? To see the power of witness. When we can't heal and we can't fix someone, and the ego wants to say, I need to fix it, I need to fix you, I need to fix that. Can we remember the power to sit with what we see and to be a witness? The power of being understood and seeking to understand. The power of saying, I see you, and it breaks my heart too. I see you and I see your beauty. I see your greatness. I see you and I see you lifted up. And this is the truth that I see. To declare truth to the world and to each other, but to see it, to witness it, and to build it. Can we hold to that practice and acknowledge it where we see it? There's a book by Ernest Wilson that I pulled back out. You know, it's one of those old school unity books, and it's called The Contemplation of Christ. And in this book, he talks about his walk with the practice of breathing into the teachings of the peacemaker. And he reveals in it that, you know, he hasn't had visions. He hasn't seen the Christ walked through Jesus. He hasn't had experiences that others have had, but he took on a year of meditations in the contemplation of the Christ. And in Unity, we teach the Christ's presence is not Jesus' last name. It's what Jesus, the master teacher, demonstrated. It's the awakened, anointed consciousness of oneness available to all people, having to do with no religion at all, but having to do with the divine blueprint that we are. It is the awakening of consciousness. It is the highest self, not encumbered by limitation, not encumbered by human form. And he said he desired to have a closer walk with that high and holy consciousness, to develop the Christed presence more in himself. And what he did was take on the practice of seeing the eyes, seeing the hands, seeing the hearts of God in action. To meet God in life and to see what would Christ action be? What would Christ compassion look like? What would Christ love? What would the voice sound like? What would the hand feel like? What would the heart resonate? You know, what would the words be? And where we see it, affirm it. Where we see it, call it out in your own mind and maybe among us. But to keep looking for it and go, there it is, there it is, there it is. There is the pure activity of love. There is love and expression. There it is, it's alive. There it is, it's alive. There it is, wisdom is alive. There it is, creativity is alive. There it is. And as we call it out, we call it forth, we lift it up. Because we are called to a time of divine empathy. In Paul's letters to the Romans, chapter 12, he gave us a blueprint for practical spirituality. He moved from this idea of telling about the theology of the path and the practice and the way, and he moved into a bit on how to live it in action. And in Romans 12:15, it says, rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Because we are the hands, we are the eyes, we are the ears, and we are the consciousness through which love in each moment is birthed. Namaste.